it is.
All right. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Marketing Class, Content Class. I'm Jess.
And I'm Julie.
And we're socially inclined. All right. We are doing a little bit more holiday marketing this week, but we actually have a checklist for you, or a download, if you will. And for any of you who might be interested, we were kicking around the idea of designing a gift guide for your business. If anyone has something like last week, Heather, one of our regulars, Pure Blend Tea, she shared a reel she did that was really good. And we talked about how you could turn that into a gift guide. So if you have some ideas for that, then we may use your idea as a starting point to design from.
Right. Next week. So vote on that next week, right, Jess?
No, I was thinking if we had
this
time
week.
this week.
Okay.
If we had time
Sorry.
this week, we can design it, but we may not have time. I mean, these 40 things, we did talk a little bit about some of these holiday marketing ideas. It's hard because what I'm going to share is not just ideas. There are also things you can do. They're tips, and they're also promotional ideas. So it's kind of like a mixed bag of things that you can pick and choose from, because some of them may seem a little bit more daunting to some people. And then some of them may seem more bite-sized for you. So
exactly. And just remember, everyone's in a different place, and everyone has a different business model. Not everyone, but most people have a different business model. So you have to tailor these things and pick and choose, and don't let them overwhelm, for sure. So if you can execute on one or two things and get in the flow,
right.
We want to help you to get in the money mindset of fourth quarter.
Yeah, because our job is to, sorry, I yawned right as I started talking. Our job is to try and get something for everybody who shows up, which is kind of a hard job sometimes because you guys are all in different places. Let's see. So I just dropped it, this download, I dropped it in the chat. And if you're watching it on replay, it's going to be a file either right above or below this video that you can just click to download. Laurie says, I actually just launched my product page and am having my first product include a vet ER kit this weekend at a conference. So this is perfect.
Awesome. So is this your membership, or the product is the vet? Wait a minute. Included in
She's having her first product be included in a vet ER kit.
Okay.
At a conference this weekend. Nice.
Awesome.
What product? Like,
yeah, that's what I
want to
know. She's typing.
Yeah.
So, and for anyone else new here, we always have people join, and I don't think we said it yet. If you don't have to say hello, but when you come in, if you'll say what industry you're in, we'll try to give specifics. But obviously, we're here and would love for you to say hello. Tell us a little bit about what you do. But if not, just you'll see that everybody's name kind of says what they do. So,
yep.
And this is why. So we can run with those. But while she's typing, let's just sort of not a recap of last week, but just we're getting in money mindset of this is the time to be really working offers, coming up with offers. You cannot, you don't make money if you don't put offers out there, honestly. So this is 40 marketing ideas. So you don't do all 40. I mean, you can.
Yep.
But
yep. That's what I was just about to say, is like, you may look at this and you read the first 3 and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm worn out already. I can't do all of this. Well, it's not made for that purpose. Like, you may only do one out of, each category, or you may skip a category if you don't have an email list, though you certainly should, even if there's just 20 people on there.
Exactly.
Email, we talk about all the time how it's still a good way to reach people because social media is so noisy and so fleeting these days. But yeah, don't feel overwhelmed by having to do all these things. This isn't a step-by-step guide. This is a get the juices flowing. Find something you can do. Like, I love that ninth one there on social media and content, because you could create a 10 to 15 holiday hashtag block and boom, you knocked off something. And sometimes it just takes that little thing to maybe help you feel like, okay, well, I did that. So let me
Right, the
share a
motivation
customer
to do the
spotlight,
rest. Mhm.
or let me create a quick little holiday reel. Or reel is so scary, just like a little video
Right.
that talks about it.
Exactly. And Canva, you don't even have to talk on it. So, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, baby steps.
Yep.
Wherever you are, we meet you where you are. So there's something for everyone on this list just to get you going. Once you get a win from one of these, it's easier to do the next thing. So,
Right.
and again, this
And
is pick and choose.
yeah, so maybe the only thing you do is run a 12 days of Christmas, or you can make it whatever holiday you want. But that's obviously a big thing out of this social media and content section. So, are we going to read these off, or just kind of?
Well, we can kind of highlight, but let me, because I'm gonna circle back to Lori, so everyone here realizes we jump around a little bit. But Lori, her product is a physical product, so not a digital product, which I had on my mind just because of her membership. So congratulations! It's a balm, an herbal balm that's originally for noses and paws, but it works wonders for hot spots, scrapes, and most skin issues. That's awesome. So it's getting added to that, and congratulations on that. So there's a lot she can do. There's a reason why I wanted to say this is like specifically, you don't have to think about like your whole business as a whole. You might take one product and figure out how you can do something to promote it. So she could look at this list of 40 things and execute on many of them actually. So,
Yeah, like go live for 15 minutes and talk about this balm. 15 minutes might be a little long for something like that. But for a live, 15 minutes is a good benchmark for, getting people there, getting people watching, and then having time to kind of sign off for all that. Also, if you had puppies in your live, I would watch it.
for sure. So for anyone new here, Lori is the holistic bulldog, and she also is a breeder. So she's got bulldog puppies usually.
I
So
don't know why I hadn't thought about this before, but if you have puppies, going live would probably be a great way to get more eyeballs. Just because if you had puppies there and maybe you were just talking about them, that's one of those things that very few people can resist. Like, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I have an
exactly. It
appointment
needs to
in
be
two
like right
minutes.
there front and center for the,
If
thing. So
if I have an appointment in 2 minutes, if I'm on my phone scrolling and I see someone live with some adorable puppies, I'm probably gonna stop and
what I'm
watch
doing.
until I
Yeah,
absolutely cannot watch anymore. So, that would be a great way to get people in, suck them in, don't feel guilty about it, and then you start talking about your balm and where people sorry, my southernness just made that sound like bomb, but start talking about your balm and where people can buy it, and throw in there your membership and how to get on your list and all of that. That would be a good way to grow.
for sure. And good morning, Kathleen. Glad to have you here. Lori says, I've gone live with the breeding biz with the puppies, and yes, people love to watch. I can imagine. So, but if you can bridge your two businesses with the puppies, I mean, it's just like people use cute marketing, you know, to grab attention. It's the scroll stopper. So,
Yeah. Not
um,
if you can bridge. What Julie's saying is you should bridge the two and leverage the adorableness of your puppies to get people in the door of this new kind of concept membership, um,
exactly.
e-commerce type
Yep. And
business.
specifically, we were talking about live there, so you can break that up. Like if you are thinking about reels, short videos, you can still lead with the puppy and just be like, "This is how I'm going to protect this little baby's nose and paws." And by the way, it also does this. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. Um, so Vita says she talks for 15 minutes on TikTok. That freaks her out. The questions of does she have a boyfriend? Yes. People are just inappropriate. But I
Yeah.
think to a point, here's really quick, because we touched on this last week. to lead in to almost not allow that. So to lead from a place of business minded, this is business talk. Yes, you are the face of your business and you're doing business as Savita or Nikki B, whichever, I don't know which one you go by. And they're probably Savita because of savvy business. So savvy money, whatever. But lead with that and then just ignore them. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you have the bandwidth to be able to like sort of hide them, but just ignore them. Ignore them. You can hide their comments after the live is over. So
Right, and don't even acknowledge them in the live. I used to do that when I would make a lot of videos back as a fitness coach, and I would get questions like that, and I would try and kinda, like, laugh it off or whatever, but I found that the best way is to just pretend like it's not there because there's really
exactly.
not a place for it, and that person is not serving you and your mission at all
And it's
by
actually very
distracting.
disruptive when you
Yeah.
allow it to be. It's disruptive to your flow. Not necessarily people watching or whatever, but when you're stammering to try to figure out what to do about it. So just know in the beginning how you're going to handle it. Just skip over. Don't even worry about it. Kathleen lost her mini Winnie um, last year, but so I've done business. We've Kathleen's been around a long, long time. She's about to have her 20th anniversary in business on 10/10, 2 days from now. Congratulations,
Woo!
Kathleen. But her little mini Winnie used to be at her store all the time. It was like the little store mascot, and she did commercials, and she passed away last year. So
Yeah.
we hate that. But that just goes to show how endearing, and people just love to grab onto anything, and it's memorable. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, anybody else, like, what's plans for, because last week we talked about plans, for fourth quarter and how to get it done, and it's super overwhelming to some people. And when you have multiple, almost like Lori has many multiple types of things that she offers, from her membership she's getting together to now the physical product to her website that has like the recipes and all kinds of things. Don't take that as a disadvantage. Take that as one step at a time and sort of build little pieces around those things. If you do email marketing and you have a newsletter, think about how you can, choose 3 of those things and highlight those in an email, that goes out, that sort of bridges it all together. So,
Yes,
Kath,
and
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say this gift guide would be good for, Kathleen. This would be a
Oh,
good
for
thing.
sure. I don't
Um,
know that she wasn't on here at the beginning, I don't think. So we were talking about putting together a gift guide, Kathleen, and anyone else that's joined late, a gift guide for fourth quarter that just, whether we've talked about it before, whether it's all of your products or one of your product and showcasing other people's products. The thing is to use those on your website to get traffic to your site and hopefully purchase what it is that you have.
yeah, and I don't think she was here last week where we were talking about it as well, but,
Right. I
we
told her,
did
I was like,
we
you missed it.
it sounds like such a daunting thing, but we actually did this live a couple years ago for one of our handmade crochet, Mary Alice. I'm sure some of you remember her, but um, she was here a lot. She can't make it on Wednesdays, so when we moved from Fridays, we stopped seeing her, unfortunately. But back when we did Fridays, she was the one who, I guess, won the, she won the who had the best idea that we were gonna try and design around that day, and it was actually fun and came out really good. I showed it last week. I'll pull it up
You
here
can be
while
pulling
Julie.
it up, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna some
It's
chat
very
really.
simple though, so, like Kathleen's could still be simple, but you'd want to highlight products,
Right.
whereas hers
She's
were
got or
crochet.
brands. She can do
Yeah.
brands and then have, like, 3 of the top products or whatever. There's lots of different ways to go it. She just said, and it reminded me of another too, that she's purchased, off-price products from a well-known brand so that she can have 50% off, like, doorbuster type things and still make margins for Black Friday, I'm sure. But it may be for the whole season, But I have another client here that has done the same thing. They're brick and mortar, just like Kathleen. Kathleen, they both have brick and mortar stores plus online presence. And the difference in how you transition from being just a brick and mortar to online throws a lot of people because the mentality of buyers for in store versus online is so different. So, but same thing. The door buster works online as well. It is to get them in the door. That's the same thing. You want to get them to your website to see the other things that you have and like whatever. Most people have loss leaders, but it sounds like Kathleen is actually going to make money on hers, which is great. Um, let's see. And Lori says, what about a mix of your products and affiliate products? And yes,
Yes.
that's what it's perfect to. Either way you go about it, it can be all of your products or it can be one or two of yours mixed in with others that are similar, complementary, however, whatever the topic is for it. So, and if especially if you make money off of the affiliate product, that's great. So,
Yeah. So this was it. Just simple, but useful execution for someone who really likes crocheted products. This would be really, really effective. And
exactly.
if we
And
can make one for handmade crochet products business, then pretty much any business goes. Like Savita would probably go more this route instead of the one. Where was it? I think I saw her. I'm actually going to switch back to not sharing my screen so that I can
we could
find.
look through our Canva account.
Yeah, see, I just
Um,
had to think about that.
and back to, I have a point on what we had done for Mary Alice. It was just a short, not short. It was a list of the items. Bonus points because pictures matter. Bonus points for executing when we did that. If that's if you can expand it any and include the picture because a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Then add the picture of the product, the link to the website. You can do this in Canva and have a downloadable PDF with links. Always also do it on your website as a blog because all of those links get picked up and the SEO value can bring traffic. That's really
Yes. Oh, thank you for saying that because I just took it for granted because it should go without saying that if you have a holiday gift guide, it should also be in blog format
yes,
because that
because so many
is
people see it
whew,
like this and think, "Oh, I'm just gonna have the little download with the opt-in and whatever." Yes, you can have that, but you also wanna have it as text form
mhm,
on your website.
yeah.
Um,
So, Heather, I don't think she's here today, but Pure Blend Tea, she shared this with us. This is her last year's, and this is a reels or a story format. So this is great. This is the very quick version of the gift guide PDF that we're talking about, or the gift guide blog, but quick, executable, definitely falls into that first 10 under social media and content. But once she has this done, she could make a PDF gift guide pretty quickly, which we talked a little bit about that last week, um, just by expanding on what each thing is, who's it for, and then definitely putting a link to buy
right,
everything. So,
exactly. So,
we just start by resizing it and
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 people get
working from there.
so bent out of shape about, like, we could literally turn this, and I know we've been doing it a long time, but you could too. You
Yeah.
literally could open up your I don't care what website you have,
Listen,
it doesn't matter. You like write your intro and then what it is, and then all of a sudden I've got gifts under whatever that number was, $25. And you write a number one, you put the picture of it, you tell the three things Jessica just said, who it's for, what it does, and to
how to
buy it.
get it.
Yeah. And then go on to the next one. Go on to the next one. We are all about imperfect action. Um, no one is going to see it if you don't get it on your website. So,
Right.
so get it on there. You can always go back and improve it after the fact, but we could
And
probably turn that into a blog. I mean, we'd have to. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes,
That's
really.
what I was gonna say, like, I don't want it to sound like I'm bragging, I want this to embolden you. I could probably do it in 20 minutes, which means that you could probably do it in an hour, maybe 2 if you're real bogged down or new to Canva or unsure. But if I can do it, you can do it
Exactly, and remember,
because everything
ChatGPT can
I
be your
do is
friend.
learned.
Yes, so for each of those products, if you have a primed ChatGPT that goes out, knows what you do, then you can tell it, "Here's my product, and I need the 3 things: who it's for, what it does, and how do they get it?" And
But
write a
please tell it to not be too wordy because this is not the time
right, yes,
for
this is the because
flowery
you may have
paragraphs.
10 items on your holiday list, you may have 15 items, you may have 4, whatever it is, people, um, their eye goes to bulleted lists, numbering, whatever, not big blocks of paragraphs. So we don't want you to write a book about each one, but we really need you to cover those couple things,
Ooh,
so
this
that
is a good question, Lori. And the answer is whatever you have the time for. Everything you just laid out there, she says, okay, so a lead magnet and a blog, and then pins and posts that lead back to the opt in or the blog. Okay,
yes,
so yeah, we
yes,
get it. That's the way we work because in my mind, it's easier for me when I'm doing this for a client. I would execute all of that. And where I would start would be the lead magnet because I love design. I'm really quick with it now. Can't tell you how many hours I spent
learning.
training myself for that because Julie remembers. She remembers paying me through it taking me 6 hours to make a lead magnet. She's glad it takes me half an hour now, sometimes, depending on who it's for. Um, but I would start with the lead magnet. But if you're going to do nothing else, I would do just a blog because the blog is going to get you SEO. And Julie may disagree with me, but the reason I say the blog would be the most important if you have the capacity to blog, which you do because you have a website, is because of the SEO value, which you didn't mention in there. But the SEO is potentially going to bring you free traffic while you sleep at night, thanks to all the search engines.
Exactly.
So,
And
blog, if you have time to execute pins and posts, yes. And in that blog, that blog is technically your opt in. You'll put a place to sign up for your newsletter, but that blog will also have links to buy these things, which would also be in the lead magnet. Did that make sense?
correct.
Did I close
Yes.
the circle?
Our flow might not be right for everyone, but we
Mm-mm.
always start with a blog because you get the best bang for your buck, in our opinion, from that. Because that traffic, it's a holiday gift guide, but in March, someone can be searching for Archie's arch support something or other and land on Kathleen's blog about her holiday gift guide and be like, "Oh, I didn't know Archie's." Like, Kathleen, I sent someone to you yesterday. I was like, "You gotta call Kathleen. She's in Birmingham too." I was like, "You gotta go get some Archies or Ufas from Kathleen." But anyway, in March, your holiday gift guide is still working for you. So even
Mm-hmm.
though it's not Christmas anymore, though, that bringing that traffic, and that traffic is a signal to your Google, your presence, and all of those things. So it helps push the new blogs that you're doing. So always start with the blog, sorry, and put as much into it as you can. Always have pictures if you can. Don't steal pictures, have appropriate pictures.
If you have a blog, you have a website. So just
Yeah.
if nothing else, screenshot your product page and put that in the blog and be like, this is where you can get it.
Yep. However, like, click fast, like, whatever. If you have to snap a new picture from your phone and just pop it in there, now the tools on your phone, you can drop out the background really easy. They're like in your native apps now, like in your whatever, your iPhone or Android, both will drop out, will do amazing things. So, and then there's all these other apps that you can stage your picture quite
Okay.
quickly.
So, yes, for those of you who were listening very closely, you heard me say I would start with the lead magnet because I love design. That is just like a personal preference, and I was also speaking of that as doing the work for somebody else. But when it comes to what's important based on what you have time-wise, Julie's correct. The blog is the most important because that basically puts your holiday gift guide in a searchable format for Google, whereas it's not searchable in a PDF. If you have a PDF download on your website, that is super important for a totally different reason, because it's there for the people who show up who want to download your free guide in your opt-in. But
Exactly.
you
And
don't have to do all 3 to 5 of those things to be effective.
right. And I think one of the reasons why we say we start with the lead magnet first is because it is an organizational thing for us. It is like our outline. That's where it would be like if we were in Word and writing it. Well, we do it in Canva just because that's where go with what you know. So start there, get it organized so we can see it visually and then transfer it to the blog. You may
Yeah,
not
I
be
may
able to.
turn this into a blog later. 40
Yeah,
small but mighty holiday marketing
for
ideas.
sure.
And but then
And
there's
we
the
can show
question
it
of,
next
because
week.
this is so small, would I then have an opt-in for it? I'm not sure in our situation that I would put an opt-in for it. But we did talk about running a Facebook ad to this year, because for those of you who have scrolled all the way through, there is an upsell at the end of this. A lot of you who have been here for a long time probably already have that upsell, but this is going to play double duty for us in the next few weeks.
Right.
And I'm
So,
just going to go ahead and say next week, we're going to write a blog and then create a lead magnet that
yeah.
has to do with
So
this.
y'all be here. We're starting so that way we can show it. You can go back and see the replay or whatever, but
Yeah.
that way you can see like literally how long this really takes. And
Yes.
and again, we've even taken, so Kathleen is a client of ours as well. We have picked up and made blogs from her emails.
Mm-hmm.
She will start an email and it'll be like, "Oh, that would make a blog," and we'll expand it, but she's done part of the work. So sh she's just like you are, right? She's on this call. She's, you know,
Has
managing
a
the
very
store.
limited time.
Exactly. So in hers, email, and yes, the email is $36 now. It's somewhere between $36 and $44 for every dollar you put into email marketing comes back to you. So that's where she starts with. Okay. So you could start with the email. It's the same exact process. You just need to replicate it. So blog, email, lead magnet, all the same. So it doesn't have to be, super different. It's just they
Yeah.
live in different places. So
So make sure you come back next week and bring a friend if you have a business friend with
for
some
sure.
ideas of what would be on your holiday gift guide.
Yeah. And
Because we may do yours. We might.
while Jessica's designing it, I assume she will, but
Oh
I
man.
can if she's
Okay,
not here.
fine.
Whatever. One of us will design it. But anyway, we'll talk about
I'll
others.
do it all.
Yeah,
I'll do it all under 30 minutes.
yep, and so we'll talk about other
I'll even throw
people's
some
niches.
pins in there.
Yeah, well, exactly, and you can do these things because of the batching that we do ahead of time. So like if you would batch and have 20 pins that are great for your business and all you've got to do is drop it in their title pins, a product pin or whatever. So you have to go back and watch the replays on Success Club because we did all kinds of training on Pinterest before. So,
Yeah.
but having these things set up where you're in the mindset and it's just go, 30 minutes, set a timer. Here, do it. Don't get interrupted. If it has to be after hours, sometimes it has to be after hours so you don't get interrupted. But once it's there, living there and bringing traffic, like literally every month we repurpose old blogs and they bring us traffic. We hit the For You page again this month for October quotes, October motivational, whatever. So we had a ton of traffic come from that, from these types of blogs that we're talking about. So sorry, overzealous.
I can't even remember what I was going to say. And it's so unfortunate because it was hilarious. Man,
Sorry.
it's okay.
It was like,
It's all right.
shut up, Julie.
Yeah, no, It was something like that because I was like, "Oh, I have such a good, like, aside for that," but, all of that considered, it is 11:30 and we haven't even made it to the 20 to 40. So I did drop this as a download. I'll drop it again before we sign off, just so you have it. For those of you who already have our Ultimate Holiday Hustle Marketing Bundle, just ignore that stuff at the bottom. It is really awesome. Still, we have been selling it for the last few years and took a look at it. It is still great. Why'd you click that?
Sorry, I wanted to see. I
I'm
was
sitting here
staring
trying
at
to read it.
I know.
Okay. So I'll drop it again so that you have it. But website and online presence, a few things you can do. Holiday pop-up, that's always great. I'm sure that's on your radar, Kathleen, as well as anyone else who is in.
Well, Lori now has a product.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chris
like,
Ann
there's
is
so many
here.
people. Chris Ann's here. Hey, Chris Ann.
She has an Amazon store and needs to update with gift ideas. Yeah,
Yes, you
yes, you
do.
do. Update your homepage with holiday graphics. I wouldn't do that just yet. And I would only do that if you have time. I should have taken the time to organize these in like most urgent, but you
Priority.
can't really do that because, like I said, we really wanted this to be a mix for everybody. So some of them are little tasks, some of them are marketing ideas, and some of them are tips. Add a countdown timer. That is certainly a quick execution thing that would be useful and also add urgency for those who are looking.
Most
Um,
website designers have countdowns. If you have never done one and you have some type of sale, adding the little countdown, the psychological trigger there, it's like, "Oh, I don't wanna miss out. I don't wanna miss out." There's definitely a reason to do
yeah.
that. So,
Create a blog post. We already talked about that with gift ideas. Um, that some of that's sometimes that's easier for some niches than others. You know, like our gift ideas, if we did one for socially inclined, it's kind of hard because our people just buy for themselves. They're not necessarily going to say to their husband, "Hey, go buy me a content bundle." Or, I mean, we have had a couple people buy memberships, like annual
Mhm. For
memberships
their
for
spouse,
people for
whatever. Yep,
Christmas, which is nice.
yep.
But
Lori has a question real quick. We did cover it last week, but I'm gonna bring it up again because we're talking about it again this week, is that should we be waiting till November to do these updates on whatever? So we talked about last week how it starts earlier and earlier and earlier this year. In my opinion, for the same reason at the beginning of the conversation is like, I'm not ready to talk about Christmas yet. Exactly. I'm ready to plan for it as far as like business and whatever. But I wouldn't update my like headers, and some people don't even, we said it's totally okay if you don't do this. It depends on what kind of niche you're in as to whether you even want to do it. So this isn't a you have to do all of these things, but I would wait until, because people get flack for starting too early. So I would wait. But you've got a great business to be able to design with. You could put a cute puppy, whatever, like yours is great to go ahead.
yeah,
But I
so
personally would
front
wait
and
till
center
November.
holiday stuff, I'd wait until closer to November. But that gift guide, I would work on it now and get it out
Yes.
as quick as you can, especially in blog format because you want to give Google time to crawl it a couple times. So um, and definitely get it started indexing and things like that. Because we all know that SEO is not instant. Nobody likes to hear that, especially people who come to us for SEO. Uh, because we always recommend giving our SEO when people want to hire us for it. We want them to give us 6 months because that's about how long it takes to do big SEO projects. But the more time, the better. A few weeks can definitely make or break the how well it indexes and things like that. And of course, it's like your credit score, as Julie likes to say, is famous for. It depends on a lot of other things as well.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry. Lori says she was talking about the countdown timer. Same applies. Yes. But countdown timers can be for any type of sale, like not necessarily a countdown to Christmas. Chris Ann could definitely have. She's our Christmas, she's got the whole Christmas site. So yes, she should have a countdown, to Christmas. how cute would that be? But for
Mhm.
you, for everyone else, if you just have a sale, like if you're doing 12 weeks of Christmas and this week's sale goes off on Friday, have the countdown timer for this week's thing. It does two things. It shows the psychology of, oh, this is ending and I've got to get it, but also it says, hey, this is 12 weeks of Christmas. So I need to see what this is, and I need to know for next week that something else is coming, right? So there's a lot of psychology that goes into that part of the sales. And Kara, reach out. I know you did. I thought I messaged back. Reach out. I'll get you the annual pricing today so that you can just do that. You don't have to wait on a sale. So,
Yeah.
um,
All right, I'm going to drop this one more time because we're running out of time. So we're not going to read all of them.
no,
Make sure
but
you
I'll
download it.
kind of go like while you're doing that, sales and promotions. Like obviously we've talked about that, but these are specific like ideas for that, of how to do
Mhm.
that. Like, some of them seem like, oh, but if you think about it specific to a product or specific to something, then you can get something that's pretty creative. But, like if you want to do anything that you can create fanfare over. So you might normally have free shipping over $150 if you're an e-commerce, if you're a product person, but you might want to do special for Christmas, flat rate of $9.99 or free over 50 or whatever, limited time. So think about how to do something different than you're already doing. Um, the refer a friends, there's all kinds of like apps and softwares out there that will do a refer a friend where you both get the coupon. That's huge. Jessica even mentioned at the beginning, like next week, bring a friend. That is just that, like that idea but to share the coupon basically. So if you put someone's name in, you get 20% off, they get 20% off, right? And that's the only way to get this coupon. So again, psychology.
And I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before where we showed you how the campaign software that's included in our Socially Sweet program, you could easily do some really cute holiday refer a friend,
Mhm.
like referral program or holiday loyalty bonus, things like that with that particular software.
Exactly. And we're saying start small. Do not let these things
Oh, yeah.
overwhelm you. Yeah. So because I guarantee you that you can listen to every word that we say, and then you look at this and it's like, I don't know where to start. Start, pick one.
Offer a free gift with your purchase. So
Yeah.
Lori could
It's one of
send
my
a balm.
favorite.
She could
Yes.
send one of these balms with,
Exactly, spend
a
$100.
yeah.
We're doing that with the client here, not Kathleen, but the other, that's if you spend $100, you get a free hat with theirs or a free one of their T-shirts, and we're talking about Comfort Colors $25 T-shirt that they're giving away with a $100 purchase. So tell me that doesn't get somebody excited. It doesn't have to be that big, but people love to get free stuff. So
Mhm.
if something, so in that they have a ladies a boutique as well. So and it's like if traditionally there's some jewelry that's just really inexpensive, but it costs a lot in the store. They may have $3 in it, but it's a $33 retail price. Well, if you spend $50 and you get this $33 pair of earrings for free, that is speaking.
That's
it's,
amazing.
it's speaking the language of it's girl math. That is some girl math going on right there. So you want to think about those things of what will push someone's button,
Yeah.
get them
All
to
right.
do business with you.
Laurie has a good question, and then we got to wrap up because it's already after 11:45. That's in Socially Sweet software or the marketing bundle or both. So what I was talking about that we talked about a few weeks ago was, and I think you were here for that one, was the campaign software where you can create campaigns and basically do a giveaway and get people to share it for you for entries into this giveaway. That's in Socially Sweet. This marketing bundle, it is delivered in a PDF, and it includes a lot of Canva templates. It includes that make easy work of holiday marketing stuff. It includes email templates. All of it's there on the third page, that you can see what's included if you're interested, Lori.
Exactly. And
So
most of
make
it
sure
is
you download it.
executable stuff. Yeah.
Make sure you download it, because if you're not a Success Club member, it will disappear when we sign off. And also make sure you do come next week with some good ideas and a place for me to go snip some things off your website, or a Canva document or something, in case we do pick your concept to create basically another something like this. Now, I might get a little more creative than this if I know what kind of brands are going to show up.
Right.
But that's what we're going to do next week. And then we'll probably get off the holiday marketing train for a while, unless those of you that are here, just want to know about something else or want to do something else.
Exactly.
So
and just to leave you with, like, just think about these things. Don't get overwhelmed. I mean, so easy. The free gift idea, like for Kara's an author. She works with authors. She is an author. She works with authors, the marketing, a book bundle, a free bookmark with the purchase, whatever. Just really think about what would get someone to feel like, yes, I need that. So you can do this. You can do this.
right.
So, and next week you're going to really see that you can do it, because it's going to be done in 30 minutes. And then again, because it's a blog, it lives on for a long, long time. I'll get some stats of like the traffic. I'm trying to think of what we have from holiday time that still gets traffic in the middle of the summer. That's holiday stuff. I'll go look at
Yeah,
fishing
I
blog.
was just looking at our Black Friday blog, which is up. It stayed all up all year as well. So
It's time to update.
yeah, it is. I was waiting on you to not say that.
Sorry.
I'll get
Hey,
in there
we're
and update
early.
it.
It's okay.
Writing it down.
It's okay. We're early. I mean, it's October 8th.
Yeah.
We're getting ahead. So,
Yep.
all right. So y'all use
Thank
the
you,
list.
everybody.
Be thinking about what you can start doing and just execute. It can be messy. It's okay. Just do the thing.
Nobody's gonna know. It's just like
That's
when you
right.
hit the wrong note, you just keep going.
That's right.
They'll
So
think it was just
meant to.
personal zing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have a great week, everyone.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.